Hey everybody, David from Flash by V Cycle Nut here. Next exhaust up for testing on my 24 MT09 is the Race Fit. I get a lot of questions about this. A lot of people looking at it. It's a decent looking exhaust. That canister is tiny. This bitch is going to be loud, like really loud. You know, got some crossover tubes, a long mid pipe, and it weighed pretty light, like 8 pounds, 2 ounces with the bracket and all the stuff. So I'll get this on. It did come with instructions. If I have any issues, like always, I'll point them out. Got to get this bitch bolted on, and we'll see what she does. Whenever I make a video and I talk about installing the exhaust, I always talk about putting the header on loose first, and this is what I'm talking about. Like, see how it moves just a little bit? Like, those aren't going to go anywhere, as in the exhaust gaskets aren't going to fall out, but it gives you just a little bit of room so that we can line everything up at the back of the bike before we tighten it down. So the Race Fit growler is on. Went on pretty easy. I had to put this bracket back on because I had it off because the yoke was on. The bracket that attaches to the back of the footbed pegs, it's covering the Flash by V Cycle Nut sticker, so that's going to at least cost it 2 horsepower, I'm sure, on the dyno runs, right? And the handy-dandy instructions that they supplied are just to attach the O2 extension harness, so it really didn't need that, but it was pretty easy to figure out. For your European people that need 2 oxygen sensors, there is 2 ports, one here, and then you can see my wideband is in it back there. I chose to use that one because it's farther away from the collector. I hate the fact that on this 24 MT09, most of the exhausts, the port is right here, and that's not in the collector, right? That's off this cylinder. For the stock use, the O2 sensor is only an emissions device, so it really doesn't care how much of a mix it is. But when we're tuning, that is not the best spot, right? So I'm glad that they have another sensor farther back that will do well for my data logging. So my data logging equipment's hooked up. I actually got a decent day out here in the Pacific Northwest. So we're going to start my data logging rides. I'll get you some onboard stuff, and we'll get the decibel readings and all that. And I got to give you a huge shout out to my awesome customer. I really do have the greatest customers. I was going to purchase one of these. Customer reached out to me, asked me if I had tested, if I had plans, and he sent me this exhaust. So thanks a lot. I greatly appreciate it. I do have the best customers in the world. So more to come, more to come. It is loud, but it sure does sound good. Man, the CP3 motor really does sound good. I definitely enjoy a louder exhaust on it. more than I would normally on any other bike I've owned. Maybe I'm just getting used to it from testing all these exhausts, but another exhaust that I really like the sound of. So if you've been watching my videos, you're familiar with what my bike made stock, and this is it, 107.88, 64.78. If you're one of those people that likes to try to cheat the system, thinks you're getting over by just bolting up the ECU and not buying an ECU flash or getting it tuned, this is what you'll get. You get some decent area improvements under the curve, some more horsepower, some more torque, and it didn't run horrible, but didn't run optimally either, obviously, without tuning. And if you're one of those intelligent people that spends a little bit of extra money to get your new bike with the new exhaust running as it should, you get another like 5 horsepower, another 4 foot-pounds of torque. You get smoother running, cooler running, better throttle response, second gear that actually does something, just a better bike all around. And I kind of stopped in the middle. I only have the SC project left to do of the previous exhaust I did to map out with the stage 2 intake. So in this one, I did them both at the same time. If you're not familiar with the DNA stage 2 intake and how to install it and stuff, I do have a complete separate video with that shows a real good install on how to put it on. But as you can see with the comparing, these are both with my flash stock airbox versus the DNA stage 2 intake. Barely lost anything on top, got nice increases through the middle. And if we compare where we started with the stock bike to where we are now with the Race Fit full exhaust, DNA stage 2 intake, and the V-Cycle Nut flash, really not much comparison, is there? Just better, crazy, more power everywhere at 100% throttle, and all the other pre-mentioned improvements. So thanks guys for watching. Remember to subscribe button for more motorcycle related content. Peace out, ride safe, keep that dirty side down.